Samsung has officially launched the Galaxy S25 series, and now details about a more affordable Fan Edition model, the Galaxy S25 Fan Edition, have started to surface. Samsung skipped the Fan Edition version for the Galaxy S22 in 2022, but has continued releasing Fan Edition phones annually since then. According to a new report, the Galaxy S25 Fan Edition is expected to be released in 2025, bringing some design changes and potential upgrades over its predecessor. One of the biggest rumored changes is a slimmer design. The Galaxy S24 Fan Edition was 8mm thick, but the Galaxy S25 Fan Edition is expected to be even thinner. While the exact dimensions are still unknown, Samsung might try to match the standard Galaxy S24's thickness of 7.6mm. To achieve this, the company may use a thinner, yet wider battery, a common technique used by smartphone manufacturers to slim down devices. However, this change would also require adjustments to the internal layout, particularly the positioning of the main circuit board. The Galaxy S25 Fan Edition is expected to feature a 6.7-inch display, similar to its predecessor. Samsung had already increased the screen size with the Galaxy S24 Fan Edition compared to the smaller 6.2-inch display found on the Galaxy S23 Fan Edition. With a larger screen, the Galaxy S24 Fan Edition also came with a bigger 4,700 mAh battery. If Samsung follows the same approach, the Galaxy S25 Fan Edition could offer a similar or slightly improved battery capacity, though the exact number is not yet confirmed. One of the biggest uncertainties surrounding the Galaxy S25 Fan Edition is the chipset. The Galaxy S24 Fan Edition was powered by the Exynos 2400E processor, leading to speculation about what Samsung might use for the upcoming model. There are a few possibilities. Samsung could opt for the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 for Galaxy, the Snapdragon Honor 8 Elite, or even a new Exynos chip. Samsung has reportedly begun mass production of the Exynos 2500 processor, using its advanced 3nm technology. The company is currently preparing for wafer testing, which could begin as early as March. However, it is still unclear which device will be the first to feature this chip. Some reports suggest it may power a future Galaxy Z Flip model, though. It is uncertain whether that will be the high-end Galaxy Z Flip 7 or a more affordable Galaxy Z Flip Fan Edition. Originally, the Exynos 2500 was expected to be included in the Galaxy S25 series, but that did not happen. Now, rumors suggest it could be used in the Galaxy S25 Fan Edition, though this remains unconfirmed. If true, it would indicate that Samsung continues to use its own chips in more affordable flagship models. Samsung's upcoming Galaxy S25 Edge is set to be one of the thinnest smartphones ever. But will it be strong enough to avoid the notorious bending issues that have plagued ultra-thin devices in the past? Samsung first teased the Galaxy S25 Edge during the launch of the S25 series, but since then, the company has been quiet about the specifics of this ultra-thin flagship. Now, Samsung has started hinting at it again, and leaks are slowly giving us a clearer picture of what to expect. The biggest talking point? The Galaxy S25 Edge is rumored to be just 5.84mm thick. That's significantly thinner than most modern smartphones, raising concerns about durability. As we've seen before, making a phone this slim comes with risks, particularly bending issues, like the infamous iPhone 6 Plus bendgate incident from 2014. That phone had a weak aluminum frame that made it prone to bending under pressure, leading to widespread complaints. Samsung seems to be well aware of this risk and is taking extra steps to ensure the S25 Edge is strong enough to handle everyday use. During the Mobile World Congress, MWC 2025 in Barcelona, Samsung's UK marketing director reassured that while the S25 Edge will be ultra-thin, it will also be built to withstand pressure and accidental drops. So, how can Samsung make such a slim device without sacrificing strength? The answer likely lies in the materials used for the back panel. Reports suggest that instead of Gorilla Glass Victus 2, which is found on the other S25 models, the Galaxy S25 Edge could feature a ceramic rear panel. Ceramic is stronger than glass and is far more resistant to cracks and scratches. Oh, it's denser, meaning it adds durability without making the phone too heavy. That's a crucial advantage for a device this thin. One recent leak suggests that the 5.84mm thick Galaxy S25 Edge will weigh 162 grams, which is the same as the 7.3mm thick Galaxy S25 Plus. If these numbers are accurate, it makes the ceramic back even more likely. It would also explain why Samsung hasn't let people touch the device at recent events. The company may want to keep this material change under wraps until the official reveal. Of course, Samsung isn't the only company working on ultra-thin flagship devices. Apple is rumored to be launching the iPhone 17 Air, or Slim, later this year, and leaks suggest that Apple might also use ceramic-infused materials for the back panel. If true, it means the S25 Edge and the iPhone 17 Air could be direct competitors in the ultra-thin smartphone space.
Samsung usually rolls out a new version of Android for its Galaxy phones and tablets by the end of the year. However, Android 15 Base One UI 7.0 has been delayed by almost 3 months. While this has been frustrating for many users, there's good news on the horizon. It looks like Samsung is working ahead of schedule for Android 16-based One UI 8.0, as a test build has already been spotted on Samsung's servers 2 months earlier than usual. According to tipster Tarun Vats, a new firmware version for the Galaxy S25 Ultra was recently discovered on Samsung servers. The firmware version is S938BXXU1BYC1, and based on Samsung's firmware number convention, it appears to be an early test build of One UI 8.0 running on Android 16. This is significant because it suggests that Samsung is trying to launch One UI 8.0 on time, avoiding the delays that plagued One UI 7.0. Samsung's firmware numbering system follows a specific pattern. The fourth letter from the last in the firmware version indicates the One UI version. Devices launch with One UI marked as A in this position, and when they receive the next major update, it changes to B. The Galaxy S25 initially launched with Android 15 based One UI 7.0, and its firmware version for the international variant is S931BXXU1AYB5. Here, the fourth letter from the last is A, confirming it is the launch version. However, the newly spotted firmware has the letter B, suggesting it is running an upgraded One UI version. At first, one might assume that this firmware belongs to One UI 7.1, which would be the logical step after One UI 7.0. However, there are 3 strong reasons to believe this is actually One UI 8.0. First, Samsung usually launches One UI X1 updates alongside a new Galaxy S series device, which hasn't happened this time. Second, Google is reportedly planning to release Android 16 in July, which is 3 months earlier than usual. Third, leaks indicate that Samsung intends to skip One UI 7.1 and One UI 7.1 will entirely to roll out One UI 8.0 as soon as possible. Putting all these pieces together, it makes sense that the newly spotted firmware for the Galaxy S25 is an early build of One UI 8.0. Typically, Samsung starts testing new Android versions in the second quarter of the year. Since One UI 8.0 has been spotted 2 months ahead of schedule, there's a strong chance that the stable version will also arrive sooner than expected. If Samsung can release One UI 8.0 on time, it will be a welcome change after the delays seen with One UI 7.0. This could also mean that new features from Android 16 will be available to Galaxy users earlier than usual.